Hey all, and welcome back to the true finale of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle HD. Oh, you thought you'd be getting away without some of the extra missions, did you? Well, no indeed, my friends. With the release of Team Sonic Racing approaching, we thought it'd be cool to show off the kart racing minigame. And, all the karts are like exactly the same, except for like a paint job and whatnot. We don't even get to drive the penis car!
It's true. This is ridiculous. It's like sacrilege, only worse.
It doesn't fucking matter, but you're saying they're all the same except for paint job. It was literally showing the fucking stats on the menu there. Like, they have different speed, acceleration...
You know, I'm talking about aesthetics here. I'm a simple guy, I only care about looks, which is why every mirror in my house is broken.
Can you stop owning yourself? It takes my job away.
Well, as long as you're unhappy, that's the main thing. So, tell us a little bit about the minigames in the game and the kart racing in and of itself, Flame. How do you feel about it?
Well, if you thought the action stages where you're driving a car were a little bit out there, have a look at how the CPU racers are driving compared to how we're able to drive.
Jesus.
Because they're just darting all over the fucking place, whereas we've got like the same controls we had in the levels. So yeah, this is pretty much a case of the computer will cheat, the computer will sort of like dip in and out, like that's not how cars work, how Sonic's driving there. But as far as I recall, I think I won on all three of these races, so yeah.
Well, that's good, because otherwise, once again, we'd be judging you incredibly harshly for it.
Oh yes.
And then I would say I would like to see you do better, and then we'd see how that goes from there.
I would rather play All Stars Racing Transform, to be honest. I'm surprised they haven't ported that to the Switch, honestly.
Yeah, maybe it's because like Team Sonic Racing has probably been in development much longer than we've known anything about it, so maybe that was just their priority. But yeah, like I think Team Sonic Racing is going to be a pretty good game, like, from what we've seen of it.
It looks fun. I'm just disappointed in them for going with Sonic only. Like, you don't think there's enough Sonic games nowadays? Although, to be fair, like the next 3D one's in development now. No doubt there'll be a new 2D one after Mania Plus comes out. So maybe it's just the oversaturation of Sonic is in the mind. It's always been in the mind. I can't get Sonic off the brain, help me!
Well, assuming they do what I want them to do with this, like the idea of having a Sonic only racer is actually what I want, because I'm hoping, like we've only seen a couple of tracks so far, but I'm hoping we get some more like Sonic deep cut levels rather than just having these sort of safe, obvious picks.
Okay, explain to me what deep cut level means, please.
As in not Seaside Hill again. Because like they've had the safe ones, like the furthest out they've got with creativity really outside the obvious picks with the racing games so far was having like fucking Starlight Carnival from Colours.
Yeah,
like that's a pretty cut, but like I feel like if you could have some more interesting picks from not having to have like, okay, we get say 3 Sonic levels and we get 3 from this other franchise, and like assuming they do actually have some more cool stuff to show off rather than just the Generations levels again, which is what we've seen so far, like that could still work out pretty well, I think. It just depends what they've gone with.
They're not reusing assets from like Forces and whatnot, are they? I hope they're not.
No, it looks like new assets, but like the courses that they've shown off are Planet Wisp and Rift Up Run. So like I hope there is more than just like the Generations picks. Because like, there's a lot more to pick from than just them 9.
I mean, I would assume so, if only because one, they're not exactly going for the Mario Kart market, but they're sort of going for the Mario Kart market, and so immediately you already have a level to hit in terms of the total number of tracks available. Because I'm pretty sure don't most Mario Kart games have about 32 tracks, is it?
32 usually, though Deluxe had another 16 on top of that.
Yes.
So, like, that's a lot to beat if you want to be competitive, yeah.
So I think really having just like 9 would be a bit piss poor. So really, if they're going to aim for like the 32, I mean, even if it's 20, what the heck, then yeah, that does allow you to go much more in depth in terms of the choices that you have available to you.
For sure. Like, come on, Sumo Digital, surprise me. Give me a Bridge Zone level with a remix. That would be amazing.
You know what? That actually would be quite cool. Go into some of those like other classic levels and create 3D racing tracks out of them, because that's sort of the point where creativity would be allowed to blossom the most, because how do you convert something that's only ever been seen in 8-bit into a full 3D racetrack? And it also allows you to have much more freedom with it.
So what we're saying, guys, is Sumo Digital, can you make Sonic Drift HD for us? Got it.
Shut up, you. How many people have actually played the Drift games? They're not that great. I didn't feel rewarded when I got them in fucking SADX, let me tell you.
Oh, I've played the first one and beat it. It's like, I say this as someone who loves stupid racers. I enjoyed it for what it was. But that is me being someone who enjoys stupid racers. If you have even a degree of like desire for quality in your stupid races, then you probably won't. But you know.
Yeah, I guess so. Nice, by the way. No collision detection on that thing at all. One thing I do
straight through the sign.
One thing I do want to mention, and it's fine if we're talking about like racing in another like Sonic racing title, because we're just racing here. It's fine. I'm really glad the Wisps are back, but they're just power-ups, because it makes sense. Like you have, I think Burst is like. It's basically a mushroom, essentially, isn't it? Or is that Yakka, the White Wisp?
Well, I haven't looked into which ones are which, but I would assume the White Wisps, Yakka, are the boost ones, because that's what they were in colours.
Let's have a look here. Team Sonic Racing Wiki. Where's Sonic Retro?
Where's Johnny complaining that they rejected his original lyrics for the song? Because that was an amusing story that I saw.
Oh, Johnny Gioli.
Yeah, Johnny Gioli, because apparently he originally wrote the song, I think it's Green Light Ride, he originally wrote it as Midnight Ride, and they took it too literally, saying that like, well, there's not a midnight track in the game, so it would make sense or something.
Jesus Christ.
But apparently that's the first time they've ever rejected any lyrics from Crush 40, so I guess that's something, I guess.
Interesting stuff. Let's see. Players are given the ability, or opportunity even, to customize their racing style. Different characters have their own types with specific character skills tied to either speed, technique, or flying, I guess, or power. Speed race characters have the highest top speed and can trigger a defensive radical burst after a long drift. Technique race characters can make tighter turns than the other characters and can go off-road for a limited time without slowing down. And power-based characters will have access to extra wisps and be able to plow through certain obstacles without being hindered. The game will also feature unlockable game-changing vehicle customization options that adjust the performance and appearance of playable characters' vehicles. Each character gets 9 parts to choose from, giving a total of 135 parts in the game. I'm actually quite looking forward to Team Sonic Racing, I gotta say.
Yeah, the thing there about like how there's different sections for the different types of characters, that reminds me of like Riders. Because like you had the power characters could break through things, and the speed characters could ride brand rails, and the flight ones I think had them tails bowstrings.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
Like the idea of like there being possibly different routes for different kind of characters, that's actually a pretty cool idea.
And it's also good just to have like a Nintendo console, or just like any console with Mario Kart on it in general, where there are like competitors or at least alternatives. Like back in the days of the N64, you had Mario Kart 64, but you also had Wave Race, you also had games like Snowboard Kids, you had F-Zero X. So yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, since everything is unlocked from the beginning, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the hype kind of wore off soon after I had played it. It's still one of the best Mario Karts, and you know, me getting bored of it does not change that, but this is all like completely new. And stuff that is new is automatically better than stuff that is old, essentially.
Well, yeah, I think I kind of had a similar kind of thing with Deluxe, and I think that solely is because like I've already done the unlocking shit on the Wii U version. So like, you know, I've spent my time, and now it's just the occasional going back to it for shits and giggles rather than having goals to work towards. But it's still like, if you pick that game up having not played the Wii U one, then you've got a fucking great package to play with, haven't you?
Oh god, yeah.
Indeed. Okay, now we're on to the extra missions and whatnot. Flame, explain away.
So what we're going to be doing here is going through a variant of all the different kinds of missions. The way this works is that when you go into the stage select after you've beat a level in the story, you can unlock alternate missions, and the first one which we're showing off here is a collect 100 rings mission, which pretty much what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Then there's ones like Find the Lost Chow. Then there's a version with a tighter time limit on it, and then there's a hard mode variant, which I'll just be showing off one level of each, and then because the driving levels get different variants, I'll just be showing off a couple of those as well.
Okay.
Because we haven't had enough racing already in this part.
Well, I'm in the mood for a Team Sonic Racing now, mate. I'm kind of hyped.
Yeah, well, you can just imagine that vastly superior racing game in your mind.
I am. Oh, nice. I actually thought you missed a couple of opportunities to get rings faster there, so you could even improve on that A rank.
Yeah, I'll go do that. Never.
Why did you pick Aquatic Mine for finding the Lost Chow? I can't think of a worse level to explore.
Well, this one, I'll just want to show off how these work. Basically, what you got to do is find the Mystic Melody thing and then use it, and it opens a secret area which leads to the Lost Chow.
Oh.
And that's how it works in all of them. So, yeah, it's just like the most straightforward one, really, just to show off. But yeah, you just got to go down to this little secret room that you probably didn't even know existed until you tried this mission. And then, it's along here somewhere.
Jesus, good job we got the air necklace right about now.
I think you possibly could make that. It might be a bit tight, but I'm not 100% sure.
You found him, yeah. Look at him, he's happy, yeah.
But he hasn't got an air necklace, so how are we going to get him back? I have no fucking clue.
Oh, Jesus. And then you lift up the
It's
barrel.
called teleportation.
And then you just lift up the barrel and there's a Chow skeleton, so that Chow you rescued was a ghost all along.
Yeah. He's just gonna haunt the fuck out of you. But I suppose Knuckles could always dig him out, that's one option.
What? Oh, ghost? Alright, this is obviously a time attack mission, yes.
Yeah, so this is probably the least interesting of them all, really, so I'm basically just doing the same route again. But I think even on a standard run list, you're probably not going to take much longer than 4 minutes, so it's not really a hard thing. The time limits aren't really that tight, all things considered.
Yeah, I will say SA2 paces its levels pretty well. I never felt, maybe with the exception of Crazy Gadget, and I feel it's a bit unfair to say Can's Core, because that is the last level, so they should be taking their sweet time there. Most of the levels are pretty well paced in terms of level design.
There's not really any levels that outstay their welcome, are they?
I think the only ones you could say that they do outstay their welcome are potentially most of the Knuckles and Rouge ones, but they're pretty much entirely dependent on luck as to whether they do end up outstaying their welcomes or not.
Yeah, that's why I didn't include them, because it's strictly RNG.
Although saying that, I'm not going to show off any of the treasure hunting, hard mode stages, but I seem to recall that the hard mode ones are in fixed locations. So once you know where it is, you can then just keep on redoing it for a better time.
Huh. So that kind of negates the fact of calling it hard mode in the first place if you already have an advantage.
Well, I think the idea of why it's hard mode is that they're in harder places to get to.
Right.
There's there's one in, I think, Wild Canyon as Knuckles, where it's in that section that blows you up and it's really hard to get your way down there. You gotta be really clever with the drill dive and it's really fiddly to do. I think there might be an easier way of getting to it, but I can't for the life of me remember how.
I understand completely. Now, you've taken the fastest route you can, I suppose. What will the rank here be? Let's see.
I can't remember at all.
Didn't get many rings there, but you're, let's see. D.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a time attack and I just tried to go fast, that's all I care about.
Oh, fuck yeah, Final Rush.
Yeah, this was probably the most interesting level to show off again, I think, for the sake of a repeat, because I fucking love Final Rush so much.
It's great, it's great.
What you'll find with the speed levels for hard mode is a lot of the extra difficulty comes from moving the enemy placements and putting slightly more inconvenient enemy variations in.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll get some random added spike balls in the middle of rails and shit for added fun too as well, so there's that.
Added fun, open quotation marks.
Massive, monolithic, gianter than the Ark, quotation marks, yes. But I will say, in terms of handling hard modes in games in general, I prefer that kind of level variation to just making enemies have more hit points and whatnot, which is exactly how they handled Team Dark in Sonic Heroes, by the way, the hard mode of the game.
Yes.
Well, that was kind of a double offence, because not only did they bulk up a lot of the enemies, they also just started copying and pasting parts of the levels.
Yeah.
So, like, you'd find yourself going through the same set piece, like, for the third time, and it just gets really repetitive.
And also, the levels were longer than Team Sonic's, and just like, no, just stop, I don't care, just let me finish the frickin' thing.
Yeah, but, you know, there's so much that can be said for Heroes, very little of it's positive in my eyes.
Well, we'll have to return to Heroes one day. There is the version we did with Sky and Steven, but we have to put a proper full HFC spin on it, I think.
That means I've got to play Heroes again, don't I?
Yes, it does, Flame, yes it does.
Maybe one day, once we've done, like, every other game first.
Yeah, I'm not interested in, like, redoing any of the Sonic games right now, apart from Black Knight, which will probably be 2019 at this rate, because we do have a lot of MISC projects ongoing, so that means there won't be as many full playthroughs as last year. It doesn't mean like slacking or anything, it just means I only get so much time with my co-coms, so they can't literally be doing this every second of every day.
Exactly, otherwise I'd murder you.
Wait until cloning technology is available.
X-Gamer Rishi II, brilliant.
No, just like end up taking voice clips of us saying random bollocks just so if anything ever happens to us, you got resources to piece together videos.
That's one of my favourite jokes ever. Alright, let's see what else Final Rush has to offer us here. I've noticed it's tried to throw you down into a bottomless pit multiple times so far. Thank you, hard mode.
Yeah, I don't know how much that was me not working with the camera properly, but yeah, like, I know Final Rush too well for it to be that big of a deal for me personally, so it just feels like another run for me, really.
Fair enough, mate, fair enough. God, this is such a fun level to speedrun.
It really is, and just doing all the stunts off the end of the grind rails and shit is just so cool. It's a spectacle as much as a, like, fun action stage, isn't it, really?
Oh, definitely.
So is this the final type of mission we're going to be showing off?
No, because there's going to be the racing variants as well.
Oh, yes there is, yes there is.
Which I am abridging them, so we won't see all of them, but I can explain the different versions, just to kind of keep it simple for us.
No, let's just leave it there without context. This is an interactive playthrough, you've got to figure out what the game's about for yourself.
So, also, are you going to show off the battle mode at all?
No, I'm not, because I don't have any friends.
But you have a second controller, yes?
What? Yeah, well, I'm not doing a Richie and playing against myself. Like, that just seems like really awkward doing that.
Okay, so this is just Sonic Adventure 2 HD then. The battle part is completely left out.
Basically, yes, and immediately this entire playthrough is just completely invalidated, and we're just going to have to do it all over again.
A complete sham is what it is.
Well, no, because the battle in the HD version actually comes from merely having the DLC installed, and that's why we got the opening cutscene at the start.
Ah.
So, therefore, it's 100% true and authentic. Can't beat me.
He beat us again, Richie. Again!
Yes, I will not accept defeat on this one. I don't know how I'm gonna come back from this to claim victory, but I will. It might just take me the rest of the part to achieve it.
It's fine. You can do some more extra videos where you just look at fucking like tutorial, like fucking galleries for like half an hour straight. That'll get me back.
Yeah, he tortures me with those.
Like, here, you got racing, which is basically the same thing at this point, but who cares?
Don't touch the walls, don't do it!
That is the gimmick for this particular race variant. There's two types of this. One of them is don't touch the other cars that you encounter.
Those ones are absolute bullshit.
And this one is the don't touch the walls or you die. And this one's, I would say, the harder of the two, because there's really not that many cars around, whereas the walls, you've got to master the jank turning controls, otherwise you will clip the wall by accident. But other than that, it's just the same course again. So, yay, another one of these!
What's the final mission is? Don't touch the walls or cars, also all the drivers have guns and you die in one hit?
No, that is actually also a hard mode. In theory.
How do you make this harder than it already is?
The answer is you don't. but they try, and you'll see what I mean when we get to it. I'll be showing off the Ridge variant for the hard mode one.
Oh god.
It's a fucking joke what they do with it, but yeah.
Well, okay, while we're doing this, explain the battle mode if you're not going to show it off, please.
The battle mode is the 2-player mode, which there are, like, the 3 different gameplay styles are sort of adapted into, like, a multiplayer thing. So there's, like, races through, like, abridged versions of the action stage levels. There's, like, a fight mode, which is where you're in the mechs and you just gotta, like, beat the other guy. And then there's, like, hunting races, which, yeah, that's the most riveting thing to invite your friend over to do. But
yeah, slight correction there. The battle mode, yes, the walkers are in it, but you can also play as, like, Tikal or Chaos Zero and so on.
No, Tikal and Chaos Zero and treasure hunting.
Oh, yes,
That's
you're
very true.
absolutely right. I'm seeing their animations for their moves in my mind right now.
Yeah, the variations for the mechs are in battle version. It is just like Chow Walker and Dark Chow Walker. In the Dreamcast one, like the standard multiplayer before they brought in the battle elements, for some reason Big was in a mech, which I know I mentioned earlier, but like, I still don't get it. Like, out of all the places you could put him, and it's like he shoots shit now. Okay, got it.
Wow.
But the other characters for the races are Amy and Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic, it sounds cool to play as him, but he doesn't actually get any of the incremental power-up things that Sonic and Shadow do, which is really annoying. So, because like each, I think 30 rings, either 20 or 30 rings, you get like a thing that's like either Chaos Spear or Chaos Control, or like a variant of that to slow down your opponent.
Yeah.
Metal don't get them.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not cool.
But yeah, that's that. And the other thing that I think's worthy of note for the battle mode multiplayer is one of the race courses is just like grinding around a pyramid.
Nice.
So it's like who can hold B down on the grind trail the best, I guess.
Oh, I remember that level. I really enjoyed playing that in multiplayer.
Yeah. Like, I've seen someone mod that to play it single player, and it just comes across as like such a boring fucking level.
Alright, so how does hard mode work here? I'm seeing more cars for a start.
That's it.
Seriously?
Seriously, yeah, that's it. These extra cars that have no influence at all, they seem to refer to this as a hard mode. I don't think they've changed anything else about the course. Like, I seem to recall all like the holes in the floor being in the same places and shit, so...
Have they cut down the amount of time you have to get between the checkpoints?
Maybe, but that's not really an issue anyway.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, because really that's the only other thing that I can imagine they would have changed to make it a hard mode, because, yeah, the more cars does not a hard mode make.
It doesn't, no, but like, I don't get what the logic is. Maybe if it was like this tied with the don't hit the car stipulation, then it'd be like a challenging variant of it.
Jesus.
But right now I'm just ploughing through them like I did all the time, and I hope that taxi driver was insured.
Hey, I'm going to my death! Oh no! Why haven't they made a new Crazy Taxi recently? I'm fiending for some. You're playing that in the upcoming Segathon, aren't you, Flame? July 16th.
Yes, I am, and that's gonna be a fun one because I fucking love Crazy Taxi. That was like one of the 2 games that I completely sunk myself in before SA2 came out.
Nice.
I had Sonic Adventure and I had Crazy Taxi. They were the games that I spent forever playing on my Dreamcast.
Nice, good stuff, good stuff.
My good old Dreamcast I can see on my desk over there, which is looking much more yellow than it used to, but that's just how old plastic goes.
It's just the Devolver Digital version now, don't worry about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that conference was fucking great.
It really was. So, yeah, we're coming to the end of this extra showcase here, and I gotta say, it's great that we're finishing this playthrough on June 23rd. This is when we're recording this, because this is Sonic's birthday. I'm not entirely sure which birthday it is, but it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Sonic. Please don't be shit next time, yeah.
It's fine, look forward to your future, Sonic. It's gonna be great.
Ah, no!
I like how that one moment like cued in the next Dark Age.
Yeah, and the thing is that we all looked at it and just thought, I can see where this is going and I do not like it.
Oh, Jesus. Tell me how old Sonic is. Why are you concealing this information from me?
He's 15, it's been there in every fucking manual for God knows how long.
No, it's over 25 years now. The bastard will not die.
God damn. You know that when we're gonna have fucking games still coming out of like Sonic Elderly and he's like trying to plough along on a walking stick, but fuck it, he still makes Sega money.
You said Sonic Elderly there, and for a second I thought that was an actual game you'd come up with. Like it's the sequel to Labyrinth or something where you just shuffle everywhere.
Yeah, it's like he ends up resorting to the slowdown shoes just because it hurts him if he goes too fast now.
Sonic arthritis.
Well, no, Tom, that would be the new updated version of Sonic Shuffle.
Good, I guess. You took a word I said and brought it to its logical conclusion. We're fucking done with SA2 now. I hate you all.
We've got one more level yet. It might be quite familiar if you've played any Sonic game from the last few years.
It's the same stage they put in every fucking game. I never unlocked this myself, but good on you if you did, I suppose.
Yeah, you have to get all the emblems for this, and I think you have to get A ranks for it, if I recall correctly as well, which, yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah, you have to get every single medal and every single A rank in the game, and no. And also, while it's nice to see that they did this, it's not worth it.
It's not, no. Like, I will say, in terms of the context of the Sonic series, of this being like the 10th anniversary and things, this was before throwbacks were completely milked. So going back to Green Hill, that actually meant something here. Whereas now, like, given they put like the nostalgic throwback to Green Hill in every game, like it's not a special thing anymore.
No,
it's just like reusing an asset. And that kind of sucks the joy out of it, really. Like, I will say, this particular interpretation of Green Hill, it's not the most amazing level. Like, it's only going to take me like a couple of minutes. But yeah, it's... If you were a young kid and like maybe you hadn't played Sonic 1 in quite a while and then you see this and then you think, oh, that's a cool little throwback, I guess. You know, it's what it is.
It's also unique and just level design for the game as well, so yeah, no complaints from me here. Enjoy unlocking it, I guess. Alright guys, we hope you've enjoyed our playthrough of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle HD minus the battle, thanks Flame, and we'll see you later in the year for Sonic Chronicles. Rank C for Chronicles! Kill me now!